When I first started shooting stills on film, I did so because I wanted more out of my images. I wanted to look at the scans and be inspired to go out and shoot more. When it comes to video though, shooting on film is just not possible in most cases. It's insanely expensive, not so accessible, and there's a lot more difficulties that come with shooting on film. While LUTs and grain can sure make digital footage look a little bit more film-like, there's a lot more to it to actually get close to the real thing. That is where Dehancer Pro comes in. Dehancer is a film emulation plugin that broke down the process of shooting, developing, and printing film and packed this information into tools that make up Dehancer Pro. For this review, I'm not focusing on technicalities or doing a side-by-side analysis of real film. I want to see if I can quickly get images that I find inspiring. Images that make me want to go out and shoot more. Dehancer Pro includes 19 tools that make up the plugin. It also features 63 film looks that were scanned at 3 different exposures so that you can push and pull the film. 58 are photography film stocks, while 5 are motion picture stocks, 4 being Kodak Vision 3 and 1 being Kodak Eastman XX. And for this review I only focused on the Kodak Vision 3 500T film look since I wanted to try that sweet motion picture film. The installation was seamless and I honestly recommend that you read the user guide. It's packed with useful tips and it really helped me quickly understand the plugin. Getting started is pretty simple. Change the input to your timeline color space or choose your camera and profile picture. After you select the film stock you would like to use, I recommend applying a print film LUT because it changes the image quite a bit and I think to the better. I used the Kodak 23A3 print film LUT with every shot in this review. The print tool is also one of my absolute favorites in Dehancer. The color density setting enhances the most aesthetically pleasing colors and the analog range limiter gives you a nice soft image by referencing the black and white points of the original film stock. There are 2 more color settings in the film developer tool that I found really nice. Color boost, which is basically color saturation, and color separation, which affects the most intense colors in the image. A big difference to digital is also the way that film handles highlights. More information is retained in the highlights and the roll-off is a lot smoother. In Dehancer, film compression helps you achieve this smoother roll-off and it can also help with overexposed highlights. Obviously grain is a big part of the analog look, but there are also 2 more quirks that play a big role: halation and bloom. In Dehancer, these 3 tools work on a similar basis. You can choose from a preset and then go on to make custom adjustments. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of going overboard with the grain, so I chose a less noisy preset, the 65mm at 500 ISO. In the custom settings you can also adjust the grain with the amount slider. With halation, I stay with the preset settings for the most part, although on some shots I wanted more halation, so I chose the 35mm no remjet preset. The remjet layer is a layer on the film negative that reduces the halation. Removing it results in some really strong halation effects. Bloom is basically like a digital pro mist filter, which I find to be extremely convenient because I won't be needing a physical filter anymore. Film damage, film breath, gate weave and overscan are effects I associate more with 8mm and 60mm film. I've been seeing a lot of commercials lately using these kinds of effects, and there's definitely enough use cases for them, especially when you're going for that rougher vintage look. And as is the case with grain, halation and bloom, there are loads of options for customization regarding film damage, film breath, gate weave and overscan. And that is something that I think Dehancer does incredibly well, is giving you enough options to create the images that you want to create. I think Dehancer is a great tool for all filmmakers, even those of you who are still pretty new to making videos. With a little practice and the user guide, you can easily create some great looking images. The tools are put together really well and give you a lot of options for customization, and this is where Dehancer really shines. The amount of different looks it can generate is huge, and I'm also very excited to try the different film looks on my future projects. Dehancer Pro can also be used as a grain plugin or a bloom effect or just for the LUTs. It's really versatile in its usability, and on top of this I think Dehancer can also be a source of inspiration for trying new shots or trying a different approach to visual storytelling. Well, a couple of critiques or cons of Dehancer. First, I think it's extremely taxing on your computer. You can't make any changes to the edit after color grading without turning off the node containing Dehancer Pro. Next is the price. Yes, it's a pricey plugin with Dehancer Pro coming in at $449 for a lifetime license. There's also a light version and single tools that you can purchase or subscribe to if you think the Pro version is a little too much. However, I believe that Dehancer Pro can absolutely help you make your videos stand out and perhaps help you land some paid projects, essentially letting Dehancer Pro pay for itself. And with that being said, if you want to try Dehancer for yourself, be sure to use my discount code DAVID10% to get a 10% discount. So I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.